We're back. Another episode of the Golden View podcast, streaming live to our YouTube channel. It is Thursday, April 17th, 2025, the day before Good Friday, and here for his final regular season appearance on the Golden View podcast, previewing the Vancouver Warriors Saturday afternoon game at 5 p.m. at Rogers Arena against the Philadelphia Wings. So let's bring in Brett Mydske. Brett, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you as always. And we were chatting a little bit off the air, but let's get into this game against Albany because I was just mentioning to you that when they beat you guys back in Philly on January the 20th, close game, 14-13. We're going to get into a little bit about Mitch Jones, who scored the game winner, and then Joe Rezataritz and Sam Leclerc. The Wings promptly then lost 8 straight. So they just won back-to-back games against Georgia. And I was reading some stuff too. They still have a slim chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, you look at when they beat us. I think they're near the top of the standings.
They were
Um,
5-2. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and they. I mean, you even look at the goals for. They've got I think top two goals for in the league
yeah. I'm just
so
looking at
far
their
this year, right? So their offense is very good.
differentials here. I'm looking at
They
differentials here. Just give me a
yeah, what
sec.
is it? 200 and something goals
Yeah,
for.
204, but 220 against. 4-5
Yeah,
at home, 3-5 on the road. Obviously, yeah. And I remember it just popped into my head too. That was the weekend you guys played back to back. That was your back to
yeah.
back weekend. 9-8 lost in Ottawa, then to Philly and lose that game. Not that we're focusing on losing those two games, but um, tell me a little bit about Philly then, because obviously we're going to get into Mitch Jones. You know, Mitch's history here in Vancouver as a player. You and I talked a little bit about before we started Mitch's time playing for you, with you, I should say, in New Westminster with the Salmon Bellies. So, other than Mitch Jones, looking at this roster, and it's not someone I know anything about, is Joe Rezataritz, 119 points. Don't know if he's tops in the league, but tell us a little bit about Joe too, because I was doing some research on him.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player. He's got a good outside shot. He's an inside player. He's an American guy that's really committed to the indoor game. I know he's won a Man Cup too in Brampton.
Oh, okay, good to
So
know.
he plays in the summertime, and I think he just set a record for the most 100-point seasons, I believe, as
Yeah, let's
a
take a look at that while we're
an
chatting.
American-born player. So
Right,
he's he's good. They've got a really good offense with Jonesy, Rezataritz.
of course.
They've got pretty pretty unreal rookie with Brendan O'Neill there. So they've got a well-rounded offense. Like I said, they put over 200 goals in the net. And when they beat us, they're near the top of the power rankings, and then they went on
Yeah.
a seven game slide there. That couldn't really. They were just having a hard time having the offense going and defense going all together in one game. So I know they traded for some very good defenders at trade deadline, and then it took a couple games for them to kind of gel together, and now they're on a 2 game win streak against a good Georgia Swarm.
Yeah, I was going to share this article as well because Mitch just knew and Chris Corbeil went to Philly, right? And
Yeah,
obviously, The Rock made that trade to get Philadelphia's first round pick, as I was reading here, and I'll share that in the chatter because that's on the NLL website. And I was reading about Mitch just knew. Obviously, he's going to be somebody we're going to talk about a little bit in this game as well, right? I mean, just reading about Mitch and his career, obviously his involvement playing for The Rock. Someone else you guys are going to have to watch, and we say this sometimes too, I think, right? And we've said it all year in the show. Just because you're not in the playoffs, and Curtis said, don't look at the standings. Still, maybe some pride on the line for Philly. They still have a chance to make it. It's 7-10. It's not likely, but what are your thoughts there?
yeah. I mean, obviously you don't want to look too far down the line, but I mean, we win this game and we get a home playoff game, right? So that's on everybody's mind. We
Right.
take a lot of pride when we're playing at home, and we want to reward our loyal fans that come out and support us every week to for a first round home playoff date. And I think it'd be huge getting one of those. because otherwise you're flying halfway across the country or whatever for a one and done playoff game. So it's big for this
That's
organization.
tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. Well, that's the thing too. I was looking at there's some stuff that made me chuckle because we talk about serious stuff on the show, but this whole thing about Rogers Arena and popcorn. Did you see this? Bring
No, I
your
haven't.
own bucket. Bring your own bucket for $13.99, and we'll fill it full of popcorn. And my immediate comment to the Warriors Twitter account was, "How are you going to get that past security at Rogers Arena when you got to go through that security screening?" And you even through it, right? It's it's like a metal detector.
Oh
Take all
yeah.
your valuables out of your pocket.
Wonder
And I
how
can't
big the
believe,
biggest bucket's gonna be.
yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? And it's just like, and it's basically like, take your bucket of popcorn to the game at Rogers Arena, and I'm like, man, oh man, I can't imagine the amount of popcorn that's going to get thrown around. The other thing I thought that was actually positive too is the fact that you guys are going to open the upper deck in Rogers Arena, which to me for a Warriors game has to be the first time ever, right? I
Yeah, I
mean,
can't recall the last time.
$20 tickets, right? So
Yeah, so it's big for our organization. It's last regular season home game at home, so it's fan appreciation night. So we want to make sure we have a good performance, and it's great seeing everybody coming together and coming out and supporting us. So it looks like we're gonna have a record attendance
well,
come Saturday.
I've been there all season, and what I always try to do this show is try to talk about lacrosse from an objective standpoint, even though I am a fan as well. I've been sitting or standing all season in the party zone with some various adventures in there, and I've texted you a few times after the game saying, "You guys play. You guys better play well in this game. I'm paying good money to stand in the party zone." So, but independent of that, let's talk a little bit about the mood around the team because 5 straight wins. Um, you know, Knocking on the door of hosting a home playoff game, and the opportunity, uh, to have a home playoff game. I don't know if there's ever been a home playoff game for the Stealth and the Warriors. Has there?
Uh, I believe probably the Stealth. I mean,
Maybe
because
in, yeah, yeah,
I don't know if when they were in Langley, but when they were in Everett, they had a pretty good team
that's
when
right,
I first came in the league. They won a
right.
championship back in 2010, but yeah, not since we've been in Vancouver. I mean, we haven't made playoffs since we've played out at Rogers Arena. So um, we're obviously we're playing well right now, but we're not satisfied. Every game, Kurt and everybody else preaches. We want to get better every game, so we're not looking to peak at the end of the season. We want to keep moving forward and keep getting better.
Well, I mean, you guys have shot up the power rankings too. I used to chuckle. I know it's not always fun. A couple of years ago, you guys were down near the bottom of the rankings, and now you're near the top. And various rankings have you at various positions. I don't know whose it was. I saw had you at number 2 behind Buffalo, and another one's had you guys at 5th. So there's some varying thoughts out there, but you know, what does a ranking really determine anyway? And like, how does someone determine a ranking? I mean, maybe I have to dig into it more, but I've been, doing a lot of research and, talking to people like Ty Marrow and reading the way Ty constructs his stats. Right. And sometimes I wonder if rankings are based on, um, things like what offensive and defensive play. I mean, the stats are all there. So how do you determine a ranking?
I you know I don't know. I'll leave it up to those guys to do it. Maybe it's team's potential. Maybe they're thinking. Who knows?
Well, yeah, because Buffalo's still always ranked number 1, right? And just that
Yeah.
I try not to get the fan part of me too involved, but I mean, you guys beat Buffalo in Buffalo. They've looked a little more vulnerable this year. They've lost some games. Everybody's given them the number 1 ranking because they won the last 2 NLL championships. But is there an opportunity for someone else to sneak in there this year? Even Saskatchewan too, because I mean, Saskatchewan's had a great season.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody knows Buffalo's kind of set the tone for the top end teams, right? They've won last 2 years in a row. They made it to the finals. I don't know how many years in a row. Last three at least,
Yeah, I'm
three
looking
or
up here.
four.
Yep.
And they've got a very dynamic offense that can put the ball in. They've got
Yep.
Hall of Fame goalie, good defense, right? So they got a complete team that's won in the past. So they've got the experience, championship experience, so they know they can play, perform in big moments. So I think they're kind of the standard right now. But like you said, the last half of the season, I don't know if it's just because they
I did
took the
look it
foot
up.
off the gas. Yeah, they might have taken the foot off the gas a little bit second half of the season. I don't know because they
Oh,
won
I
what, like
mean,
7 or 8 straight. So now they're playing a lot of desperate teams near the end of the season. So they're playing everybody's best. And then when you're the top dog for so long, every time you're playing somebody, they're the team coming in's making sure they bring their best, right? So,
yeah, they still got a great record, 13-4,
oh yeah,
181 goals against, 231 goals for. Obviously, Dane Smith, Josh Byrne, Kyle Buchanan, Dane Smith and Josh Byrne, 129, 126 points, right? But
yeah,
that doesn't always tell you. And I mean Matt Vince, I should say. They started the season undefeated, right? 7-0, 7-1, 9-1, 9-2, 11-2, then back-to-back losses to Albany and Vancouver, and then 2 straight wins. So yeah, there's still a lot going on there. What else is going on there on around the team for you guys? How are you guys feeling? I mean, obviously, I saw another tweet today that said Christian Del Bianco could qualify based on his play for goalie of the year and for MVP.
no, okay. No, I didn't see that, but I mean, you look at
Yeah,
the
let's
way
find it up here.
the teams responded since he's joined our team. You know, he's a difference maker. We
Yeah,
we've lost a lot of 1 or 2 goal games, so obviously him. Everybody knows he's the best goalie in the league. So those 1 or 2 goal games are definitely we're coming out on the other side of that with Christian Del Bianco in net. So, I mean, but then you look at Keegan Ball too. Like, geez,
yep,
Keegan Ball's just doing what he did last year, second half of the season. So,
yep.
those two are very good candidates for MVP of our team.
Yeah, and it was Adam Levi actually per Stamp LAX that said the NLL has said that Vancouver Warriors goalie Christian Del Bianco. Steven Stamp is the leading NLL draft analyst, across play-by-play commentator. I'm going to follow Steven because I don't actually follow him. So yeah, that was Steven's tweet. So there's a lot of mixed reactions underneath it. There's cynicism, criticism, whatever you want to call it. Not that you guys care, but obviously there's such a positive vibe around this team right now. And so what do you think is going to happen with the playoffs? Because I had April 25th, April 26th in a recent thing I downloaded from Twitter. Obviously, the opponents are Buffalo and Saskatchewan.
Sorry, April 25th, April
Yeah, April
26th.
25th and April 26th, I believe. And the opponent,
That's
it had two blank spots. Then it had Buffalo and uh, Saskatchewan Rush.
okay. So, yeah, who do you think we're playing first round?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it.
Well, I
But
think these standings are just so close right now because it
yeah,
all
they are.
depends on there's a bunch of tiebreakers scenarios and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I just know if we win Saturday night, we will either come fourth or as high as third, I guess, if Halifax ends up losing to Toronto, I believe. If we lose, then who knows where we could drop, but then we might be on the road
yeah. It
first
has
round of
you.
playoffs.
It has Halifax, Vancouver, Rochester, all at 10-7.
Yeah.
Um, you guys got the best goals against, 167.
I don't even know
Uh,
how the tiebreakers work, if it goes head to
yeah, I know. I was
head
trying to
or
find that
whatnot.
too. Obviously, so it's Buffalo, Saskatchewan, Halifax, Vancouver, Rochester, all tied at 10-7. And I seem to remember the first game of the season, you guys beat Rochester at home. But did you guys play them again?
No, that was the only game.
Right. So you won that one because I remember that. That was the first game of the year. So that might,
Yes.
and you
So we'd
lost to
have that head
Halifax.
to head, and then we lost to Halifax by 1 or 2
Yeah, that's
in
right. Yeah.
Halifax.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
there's still some implications here, but let's wrap it up there. Thanks again for doing this. Thanks for doing this all season. Really appreciate all your time and insights, and we had a few laughs too. And I shared that one briefly. Let's share it a little more on the way out if I can get it again. But I did manage to find Timber. Timber's loading up his buckets.
Is he?
Timber's loading, and it's like he's
Popcorn?
got two of those yellow bags that you see at arenas where they're filling up the popcorn. Hang on a sec here. Let's just take a look at this. Wait for my Twitter to load here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who comes with the biggest bucket Saturday.
This Saturday is BYO Bucket Night. Bring one of yours and we'll fill it to the brim. Maximum 2 pounds of popcorn. No
2
glass.
pounds of popcorn. Jeez, that's
a lot of popcorn, man. I personally think the fans should save all their popcorn. If you guys win, throw it on the floor.
Jeez.
Throw it on the floor, or use it as confetti.
Confetti. There you go. Raining popcorn.
All right. Thanks, Brett. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
No problem. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Bye.